Hi everyone and welcome to my first video on Indi Scots. This is just a collection update of all the tarantulas I've got and the praying mantis and what's going on over here. I'll explain that in a minute. Alright, so who have we got? This is Morgue. She is the Ceratogyrus darlingi. No idea what the common name is. There's so many common names for this species that I've came across, so I'm not even going to attempt to name it. It's one of the horned baboons, that's all we know. Let's pop the lid open and get a closer look at Morgue. Alright, so there she is. I don't know how well you guys can see the horn. No idea what the horn's used for. I think as far as science goes, some people believe it might be for balance. Morgue is the only old world species I've got, so she comes from Africa, and that means that her bites are probably the most severe in the collection, because this species, they don't have the urticating bristles to defend themselves, so they bite as a first form of defence. Well, first of all they're going to show you their threat display. If you don't move out of the way at that point, you'll get bitten. But she's absolutely gorgeous. Some really nice colours on her. Let's just have a wee try and get in as close as possible without disturbing her. She's looking well. They're all due a feed, so the next video that's coming up will be a feeding video. Alright, let's see the next spider. Okie dokie, this is a wee bit disappointing because this is quite a colourful spider, but you're not going to get to see much of him. This is Horus, the Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, which is the green bottle blue. Hails from Venezuela, so this is a New World tarantula. Basically Horus is from Venezuela, so he's called Horus because he's got some appetite, he eats so much. He's the most prolific webber I've got. As you can see, he's done his own decorating in his enclosure, so it's looking pretty cool. I also believe that these webs are used to make bulletproof vests, so that's a wee fun fact. Again, it's just a wee bit disappointing that you're not going to get a very good look at him here. But once I feed him, we'll get him to come out, and that will be in the next video. So on to the next one. This is Eclipse, the Avicularia diversipeps, although I think the scientific name for this one has changed. She's basically the Amazon sapphire pink toe. As they get older they tend to dull out their colours a wee bit, so she's not quite as bright as she used to be, but you can see that her head is a sort of green colour, the abdomen's got pink, it's also got blue stripes on it, and she's got some yellow in there as well. But we don't want to disturb her too much because she's very fast. Eclipse is the only arboreal tarantula that I've got, so what that means is she's a tree dweller. She likes to climb, she likes to be up high, so she's also the fastest tarantula I've got. She can teleport. You do not want to let her escape. Not that any of my tarantulas ever escape. They never get out and they're very well kept. So yeah, she's doing well. Could probably, you don't usually see her, she's probably out because she's looking for something to eat also, but we're going to record a feeding video over the next couple of days and get her all fattened up. Not sure whether she's male or female, I'm just saying she because, you know, that's just, I would like to think it's a female. Alright, on to the next. So this is Severus, the HalfBlood Prince, and he's so named because he's not a pure breed. I don't even know what we would call it. It's a cross probably between a Brachypelma vagans and a Brachypelma albopilosum. I've got a pure female Brachypelma albopilosum, and you'll see the difference between these guys in a minute. The reason I got Severus was to try and breed with the other one, but it wasn't a pure breed as promised, so unfortunately there has been no breeding. This guy he hasn't eaten since he got here. Can't remember when I got him. But he's a great spider, he's always on the move. He's actually the only one that's ever been out on my carpet, believe it or not, because when my sister was staying, we were having a wee look at him and we turned our backs for a second and he came out, so... But he was fine, he went back in no problem. That's his hide there, it's pretty cool. It was supposed to have glow-in-the-dark mushrooms on it, but they broke off, so they're in the corner. But yeah, not much to say about Severus other than he's a crossbreed and he's pretty active. And unfortunately, mature males don't live that long, so we've got to give him as good a life as we can while he's here. Here is one of my latest additions to the collection. This is Clarence, the Brachypelma smithy, otherwise known as the Mexican red-knee tarantula. So Clarence hails from Mexico, although I should say all my tarantulas apart from one are captive bred. Clarence was basically a replacement for Boris. If you've ever watched my previous videos, Boris was the reason that I started making tarantula videos and was the reason that I got into this hobby. Clarence is a juvenile male. He just freshly molted recently, and he's a lovely character. He's the one, every time you fill that water dish, he comes straight out and goes for a bath. It's so cute. All my tarantulas have got little water dishes. Yes, they do drink water. Some keepers don't give them water ever, but I have observed them drinking, so I think that it's the best idea to provide them with water anyway. So yeah, this is Clarence, the Mexican red-knee, Brachypelma smithy. Great little guy. He's going to be featured also in the next feeding video that I do, so stay tuned for that, guys. Alright, and there's a story behind this little fellow. This is Diesel, and he's so named because he was found in a petrol station in Bellshill. So this little guy was famous, he was on the news, and if you've watched my previous videos you'll know his whole story. The whole story was that he was found in the Bellshill petrol station by some school kids who were playing with him and they were going to put him in the bin. A lady comes by and realises it's not a normal spider. She gets in touch with the animal rescue home, and basically I seen it on the news and I got it. I went straight out and got it. It took me a few weeks right enough because they were interested to know if I was actually telling the truth that I had spiders and that I knew how to look after them. So of course I got young Diesel here. Diesel's also a crossbreed between a Brachypelma albo and a Brachypelma vagans. So this little guy, if he's male or female, will never be mated unfortunately, but he's pretty cool. So yeah, Diesel's famous and he loves his food. He's a pig. If tarantulas were pigs, he would be a pig. A wee break from the spiders. This is my live prey in here. So we've got some mealworms and some darkling beetles in here. We keep them fed with salad and carrots and strawberries and apples and potatoes, that kind of thing. So we're never going to run out of feeders. We've always got a cycle of mealworms and beetles to feed to the spiders, but it's also pretty cool to watch these guys in their habitat as well. They've got plenty of space, plenty to eat and drink. They're prolific breeders as well, so it's pretty cool to see them go through their cycle. And what they like to do is go in and out this cork back here. Alright, so we'll go on to the next spider now. Here is a favourite of many in my collection. This is Beetlejuice. You can tell why she's named Beetlejuice because of the stripy legs. This is a confirmed female and she's the Acanthoscurria geniculata, which is the Brazilian giant white knee, all the way from Brazil, but again she is a captive bred spider. She's actually due a molt and she's looking pretty hungover at the moment, I would say. Do you see that bald spot in the abdomen there? tarantulas often flick hairs to defend themselves, but they also kick hairs when they're preparing to molt. So they usually get that bald spot. And when they get closer to the molt, that turns a bluish black colour. And when that happens, you know that it's pretty soon that they're going to molt. So all you have to do in that case to look after a tarantula in pre-molt is to keep their water dishes full, and do not feed them because they're feeling pretty delicate at this stage. But yeah, Beetlejuice has trashed her home, and as you can see, she likes to throw her leaves about and throw her water dishes around, and she's quite a crazy girl. Not one you'd want to put your hand in the cage for, put it that way. But I like to say that tarantulas are like goldfish. You wouldn't hold a goldfish, so neither would you hold a tarantula, because they don't understand it and they certainly don't get any benefit from it. Alright, now we're going to go on to the final tarantula and then we'll see the praying mantis. So here she is. This is the biggest tarantula in my collection. She's also wild caught, only because this particular species was not available to people in the UK that like to keep tarantulas as pets. We also call it the hobby. It wasn't available to people in the hobby for 30 years. So we've got a bunch of them over, and the aim is to get these guys breeding in captivity and get them back into circulation. So I'm still looking for a mature male that is a true Brachypelma albopilosum to go with this girl. So the common name is the Honduras curly hair, and I think you guys can see why that is. Look at those curly hairs. She's always having a bad hair day. Aragog is a crazy lady. She's a confirmed female. She's a great eater. As you can see with that fat butt that she's got, she never stops. Yeah, she's just great, and you can see on her head the sort of golden pattern going on there. I like to call her Weetabix as a kind of little joke name thing. So yeah, that's the entire tarantula collection, and I've got one more pet to show you guys. Again, look at Aragog. She's another one, loves to throw things about. Never a dull moment with this girl. Alright, and this is the last animal I've got to show you guys today. This is Demogorgon, the Indian flower mantis. Now when this girl gets her wings, she's going to be absolutely gorgeous. They're really easy to keep, praying mantises. This was my first ever one, so they don't live too long, I think about 12 months. They go through their entire molt cycle, so I would be definitely open to getting more praying mantises, definitely. She's a good girl, bit crazy, bit on the feisty side. I think we probably could have handled her a bit more to get her used to us, but I think that because I'm so used to not handling tarantulas and respecting their space, that I've just kind of done the same thing. I've had her out a few times. My old channel, Glitterwalk333, has a feeding video on there, I believe, and I've got a couple of molts to show you guys in my molt video that I'll be doing very soon. I'll also put Demogorgon in the feeding video. It's pretty gruesome stuff, so I'll leave that till the end, and if any of you guys can't really quite handle it, then if you can't handle seeing a tarantula, then you won't be able to handle seeing a praying mantis eat. But the tarantulas eating are not too bad. You don't actually see much, but Demogorgon here is pretty graphic stuff. So anyway, thanks for watching my first collection video on Indi Scots. As I said, all my videos are now going to be on here. I've collaborated with Trussler, and I'll be putting all my content on here from now on. So yeah, thanks for watching everybody, and I hope you found it interesting. If some of you guys have come over from my other channel, thank you for continuing to support my videos, and also you'll see Trussler has some great gaming videos as well, so check them out. Alright, thanks for watching everybody, and I'll be back in a couple of days with another video. Bye!